Welcome everyone to Primal Vinyasa. For today, you'll need 2 blocks and a blanket. Today's practice is all about regulating the nervous system, especially for those days when we feel like there's a lot on our plate, or even our nerves maybe feel what we would call shattered, or we just feel like we've been kind of burning the candle at both ends. So regardless of how you're feeling, the nervous system always needs care. And for me, besides as a yoga teacher, I'm also an herbalist. And in the category of herbs, we look at these as nervous system tropho-restoratives. We know what a nervous system stimulant is because most of us have it every day, which is coffee. So we do a lot of things to stimulate our nervous system regularly. But then we also, I think in general, don't take care of the nervous system in the way of restoration. So today's practice is going to restore the nervous system and just help regulate no matter where you are on that spectrum. So then you could also come back to this class anytime that you want to just tap in and take care of your amazing nerves. So let's go ahead and begin. Grab your blanket and take your blanket and fold it in half, and then grab your 2 blocks and you'll place it in the middle of your mat and take your blanket on top of your 2 blocks and then come to stand on your blocks. So you'll stand actually on the blanket on the blocks. Now the reason for this is it gives us a little bit more of a tangible experience of grounding our energy, of feeling connected down below into our feet. So what we're going to start with is focusing on a longer exhalation with our breath, and we'll be using our hands and focusing on bringing our energy to our feet. A lot of times we bring the exhalation in and up, but today we're going to focus on the exhalation grounding the energy down. It's called Apanavayu. So even though we're focusing on the energy going down, the exhalation still connects us to our center. Okay, so using your hands, sweep your arms up. Inhale your breath, reach your arms up and over your head, so you're kind of gathering this energy from above. And then use your hands and exhale, reaching your hands down, ground the energy towards the earth. Turn your palms to face up, inhale, reaching up towards the sky, gathering that pranic energy from above. And then exhale, bringing your hands and your energy down. So we'll get that gesture a few times. As you inhale, your diaphragm still drops down. So breathe low as your arms go up. And exhale, hands go down, energy goes down as you connect to your core and to your legs. Now you can close your eyes as you do this. Inhale, arms up, fill. So as your breath fills, the mass inside your belly rises. And exhale, as your hands go down, the energy goes down, your body moves up in opposition. So rising up towards the crown of your head with your body, but grounding your energy down. Now we'll add a count to this for the count of 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and hold in the fullness, that pranic sense. For 8, exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, anchoring your energy, plugging in towards the earth below. Again, inhale, arms up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, gathering that upward energy that we feel when we're anxious, and bringing it down. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom, settling, grounding your nervous system energy. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. So whatever's up, just feeling that energy, whatever's here at the top, and then with your breath, bringing it down. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expanding your breath fully. And exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing there at the bottom, and now give yourself just a little bit of a bounce on top of your blocks. Let your arms kind of shake and swing. So whenever we feel that upward kind of nervous excitement, it can be helpful just to stand on something and bring the breath. Those grounding exhales can be really, really essential, and we only need about 5 breaths to kind of come back into our bodies in that way. And now stand on one foot, lift the other foot up and swing. So you just take a pendulum movement, opposite arm to leg. And these contralateral movements help to also bring our attention back into center. So it's kind of like, if we were to take some passion flower or some lemon balm, some hops or some lavender, these are some really wonderful plants that help bring that upper kind of vata, windy, spacey, vibrating energy down and in. So same with these poses and movements that we choose today. We're coming back and down and into our bodies. Now add your ribs, add your head, your neck. Moving in a way that regulates you. That's where today, especially, you want to choose your pace. And if anything that I offer doesn't suit you, shift it, change it. Again, we're working on body autonomy, sovereignty. Everything is an option and a choice. Switch sides. Swing your arms and your leg in opposition. If it helps you to focus straight forward and that really kind of brings you into your body a little more, stay with that. Otherwise, practice moving your gaze around the room. Sometimes, when we get anxious, we get that narrowed focus where it's like all we can think about. And then sometimes when we feel anxious, we feel flighty and all over the place. So depending on what you need, notice that. Focused attention or moving your eyes. And come down to center. Walk yourself forward and come and sit on your blocks. Take your feet wide into a malasana, into a squat position. And now with your feet, if you need to lift your blocks up higher so you have a little more space, you can do that. Hands come to your heart. Adjust your seat so that you're right on your sits bones. Widen your knees and then slide your hands down, drop your head. And then slide your hands and your elbows up. Press your legs against your arms against your legs, rising up. And again, slide and round forward. Let your hands come forward, reaching out. And then slide your hands up one more time. Press your legs into your arms into your legs. And now reach your left arm down and your right arm up. Reach up towards the sky, opening up through the heart line out into your arms. And then come to center and switch sides. So reach up and out from your heart, expand out through your arms. And come back to center. And now adjust your legs so that you're seated. So in a cross-leg position. Now we're going to do a little bit of nerve flossing for the neck. So take your right arm behind your back. So I'm going to mirror you here, it's a little easier. Right arm behind your back, and then you can hold the waistband of your pants if that's helpful. And now reach your left arm across to hold your opposite arm. And now you can again reach higher or reach lower where you can get a good kind of grip. And now give just a little pull down through your back arm and with your front arm a little bit against so that there is a tiny bit of traction. And now drop your left ear towards your shoulder. Draw your chin down towards your chest. Oftentimes when we get pulled, what I call up tight, literally up tight in the neck and the scalings, this can be very helpful on those days when we feel physically uptight, emotionally uptight. We don't want anybody else to tell us that we're uptight. That never works, but we can feel it in our own body. So as you drop your chin down and you lift it up, you can start to feel the different nerve pathways and even the fascial lines. You even have meridians here. So notice any areas that you want to spend a little more time or a little more breath. Dropping your ear, rotating around. It doesn't take a long time to kind of floss the nerves and bring some breath into that area so that we can kind of work with those adhesions or those places of tension. And then find your sweet spot, your most interesting spot, and take a full inhale and a full exhale. Bring your head up to neutral. Release your front hand, release your back hand, sweep it up, and then notice as you rotate the difference from side to side. Bring your hands onto your chest and just do a little bit of tapping along your chest. And then you can tap up to your forehead or even to the top of your head, noticing what area you can bring or you desire to have a little more attention. And just remind yourself, I am here, I am present, I am in my body. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. Take your left arm behind your back. Find neutral, so you want to depress and retract your arm a little bit. And now reach the opposite arm across. Again, there's no forcing or pulling. As many of you know, I am not a fan of pulling on the neck, right? So this is a way that we can get into that area with a little bit of anchored support, pin and stretch. So draw your ear towards your shoulder. Same thing, but always different each side. Chin down. Chin towards shoulder. So you've got the lateral flexion and you've also got rotations. So take your time moving into those areas where we're not rolling the neck in a circle, but we're using this position to help guide and floss the nerves, untangle those fascial adhesions, and bring blood flow to the muscular structure and around the joints. And when that happens, our nerves, the energy body, can settle. Sometimes structural or physical tension can even cause that energetic upswell. They are kind of twofold. One can cause the other. And then come into your sweet spot, your most interesting place where you want to hold, and send a full inhale and exhale into that space. Bring your head up to neutral, release your front arm, release your back arm, sweep your arms up and overhead. Notice the difference of how you can move your neck in relationship to your shoulders from just that little bit of work. And then close your eyes, go back into your tapping. And this is where you can add a blessing or an affirmation. I am here to care for my body. I can feel my body. I'm present in myself. I am willing to focus on my exhales today. Whatever it is, stay simple and just tap that affirmation right into your senses, right into your center. And then just sweep your body from your chest, just kind of releasing any extra residual, whatever you're holding. You don't need to hold it in your body. Let it be released to the earth. We say give it to the Great Mother instead of holding it in our body. It's like a Tai Chi move, off our skin into the earth. Okay, move yourself upward. Take your props to the side. And we're going to work on a flow here that we'll repeat a few times. That repetition can help calm the nerves as well. Start on all fours, hands and knees. And press back into downward facing dog. from downward facing dog. This is the first one most likely of your day. So move, explore, and sense for a moment. And then from center, hold your down dog. Reach your right leg up and back. Inhale your breath. Long exhale, knee to chest to step through between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the floor. Inhale, arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come down to your heart. Exhale, releasing long exhale all the way down to the ground. Pause when your breath is empty. Now spin to a half primal squat. Left foot pulls in to your half primal squat, facing now the center of your mat. Reach your arms forward, round your spine. And now slide your arms up, extend your spine. Come into lateral flexion, left arm down, right arm up. And right arm down, left arm up. Now add rotation, reaching back, sweep your arm back behind you. And then rotation, sweeping back behind you. Keep going like that. At any point, you could always come up out of your deep flexion or sit on a block. Now focus on your inhales for about 5 and your exhales for about 8. So really anchoring and focusing on a longer exhale today. Grounding the upper pranic energy downward, which again is called Apanavayu, grounding downward breaths. If you need to, exhale out through your mouth, taking a sigh, a longer so that your brain can hear that sound. Now come back to center. Turn to face the back of your mat, kneeling on your left leg. Right leg goes straight. Adjust yourself so that you're facing the back of your mat. Bring your left forearm down, reach your right leg up, and make some hip circles. Full circles through your hip. Straighten and bend your leg. Point and flex your toe. Again, part of regulating your nervous system is choosing your pace and staying really focused, again today, on your exhales. Long, grounding, earthy exhales. Sometimes it helps to have an audible sound. Come back to a straight right leg, pop up to both arms, and step your right leg between your hands. Draw your back knee up, anchor your heel, warrior 1, come all the way up. Inhale your breath. And now flow your arms, reaching your chest forward, arms come back. So now we'll add the breath here. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold at the top, lifting your heart. Reaching, exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's very long. Keep going. Inhale. Take your time and count on your own. So the counting is like a metronome. It's helping you to focus your mind and your attention on something other than those thoughts that spin. We call them vrittis or chitta vritti, the spinning thoughts. So the movement and the breath and the exhalation brings us into the present moment. It is a practice of attentioning the mind. The next time that you find your way up into warrior 1, stay there, palms come together, reach your arms behind the base of your skull, supporting your neck. Lift up and stretch back just a little bit. And then arms come back up to the sky, hands down to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Come forward into plank, legs bent or straight, and exhale, lower down. Come high onto your fingertips, elbows wide, lift up into a cobra, and sway side to side. Again, you can be high or low. Hands come back underneath your elbows, tuck your toes, inhale to plank or all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then take some moments to move however you'd like. So when I was younger, I would say 20s, even early 30s, I was super into the nerving stimulants. So the coffee, the green tea, the action type of poses, the fast-paced movement. Right? But after a while, at certain points, we learn, chamomile is our friend. Slowing down those exhales, those longer breaths. So wherever you need to be today, really focus on how this practice can nourish you, specifically you, on this day. Second side, my friends, left leg up, inhale. Draw your knee to your chest, round your spine, step between your hands. Draw your back right knee down and sweep up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, reaching down. Long exhale, hands come to the floor. Spin your right leg in so that you're in that half primal squat. And reach your arms forward, spinal flexion. And slide your hands back into extension. And you've got rotation, lateral, and as you combine these movements, we call it undulation. Again, notice if you have a tendency to strain or pull your inhale in up into your chest. So instead, inhale, breathing in that golden light, that pranic fill of your body, and then focus on the exhale. I'm going to keep reminding you because it's very common that we kind of halfway exhale. Exhale, exhale until you're fully empty. And now pause and center. Face the front of your mat, kneeling on your right leg. Bring your right forearm down, lift your left leg up, and take some hip circles. So straighten your leg back behind you, bend your knee, reach out. And again, let your exhalations guide the movement. Inhale, long exhale. So that might mean that you slow down your movement. And come back to a straight left leg, pop up onto your arms. And draw your left knee towards your chest to step through your hands. Spin your back heel down and rise up, warrior one on the left side. Inhale, arms up. Sweep and dive forward as you exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach and pause, and long exhale as you dive. Keep going, but again, try not to rush it or halfway exhale. Pause at that very bottom point. Building and grounding. So oftentimes our energy rises and it builds, and then we have nowhere for it to go, and it feels like the pot is going to explode. It's that exhale, release, out of my body. I do not have to hold this story, this energy, this thought. All that I cannot change gets released. And the next time that you find your way into Warrior One, stay up. Bring your hands behind the base of your skull. Lift your elbows, lift your heart. Lean back a little bit. And stretch your arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, step back, plank pose. Legs bent or straight, lower down. Inhale, rise, cobra or upward facing dog. And long exhale brings you all the way back, downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the floor, sit back on your heels for a moment, shake out your arms. And you can tap your chest or your forehead or your head, bringing yourself back into your body. Back into the blessing. I am well, I am present, I can feel my body. And then we'll repeat, adding some layers here to our flow. Come back into downward facing dog. And inhale, right leg high. Exhale, draw your right knee towards your chest. Draw your back knee down to the floor. Inhale, arms up, full breath to lift. And exhale, hands come down to the inside. Take your half primal squat. And as you move through those different variations of lateral side bend rotation, you might take your left arm out and kick your right leg. Come back into your half primal, rising up, or even taking some lateral side bends in that upward form. Maybe even left hand comes behind you as you lift your pelvis and curl back. Again, when we have those moments where the energy is up, it doesn't mean we just have to slow down and lay down. It means that we have to effectively move our own energy current. So each of you may be moving at a different pace into different places and spaces. Whatever that is, though, continue to focus on the exhales being longer. Grounding the exhales. Bringing that active, stimulating energy down into that restorative, that tropho-restorative quality. Body exploration and autonomy. That is why it's important for me, as I guide you, to give you this space to understand yourself a little more fully without cueing your every move. All right, come back to center. Face forward, the back of your mat, right leg straight. And now this time, tuck your left toes, lift your right leg up, plank pedals. So you can start with just right knee in towards your chest, and then right leg back out. Or right knee in towards chest. As your right knee comes in, straighten your left leg and push the floor away. Lower your left leg, straighten your right. Inhale. Focus on your exhale, long and strong, knee comes in. Keep going, a few more rounds. Again, left knee can stay on the mat the whole time or pedal and lift. And the next time that your right knee comes towards your chest, step all the way through between your hands. This time, spin your back heel down and come all the way up into Warrior Two. So as you take your Warrior Two, you can straighten your front leg and bend your back. Just kind of get into your legs a little bit here. And then come into your warrior two. Bring your forearm to your thigh and your top arm over your head. So inhale here in your expansion, reaching over your head. Press through your legs and exhale, reaching into your side angle. Come up and back. So we'll add the count of the breath here. Come down, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and stretch. Continue. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Keep going. So as I count that for you, what I'm hoping that you observe is how long the exhale really is. Oftentimes we bypass it, which stimulates the nervous system where we have so much of the inhale. So practice your attention and your awareness on those longer exhales, emptying fully out. And then your body can receive a fuller, fresh inhale. The next time that you come up into your upright form, stay there. Straighten your front leg. You may want to grab a block and then bring it down to the floor for your triangle pose. So top arm up, press down into your block into the floor, and then release your top arm behind your back like you did in the nerve flossing position. Now as you draw your shoulder down and back, let your head drop, chin towards chest, looking down towards the floor, and you can take those movements in your hips, in your shoulders, and in your legs so that you're not stuck here. Exploring how your body is receiving the shape. And again, longer exhales. Come to neutral, release your back hand, swing it up and over your head, a little kind of air guitar, release and swing. Move your block off to the side, come up warrior two. And inhale, hands come down to the floor, turn again towards the back of your mat, step, plank pose. You can take your vinyasa or meet in child's pose, cobra or upward facing dog. Come back into downward dog. Inhale, full breath through your nose. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue, a lion's breath, exhale. One more time, inhale through your nose. And stick out your tongue, exhale, lion's breath. Left leg up and back, inhale. Draw your knee to your chest, round your spine and step. Back knee comes down to the floor. Hug your legs, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, long grounding gesture towards the earth. And spin half primal squat. So adjust your body. And again, flexion, extension, rotation. You can come up out of the squat towards that half kneeling position. By going inward and focusing on your exhale, you can gain a little bit more information of where your body really needs to move, in which way you can bring more blood flow and sensation. Right hand can come back behind you as you lift your hips and pelvis. It's incredible in the research for the nervous system, even in the vagus nerve, that something as simple as an exhale, especially a longer exhale, can bring us into that parasympathetic state. But when we upward breathe and we chest breathe and we chest breathe, it's actually called hyperventilation. We don't realize sometimes when we're practicing or we're exercising that we can actually mildly hyperventilate. From neutral, from center, turn yourself now to the front of your mat, kneeling on your right leg. Left leg comes up, tuck your right toes. Left knee comes into your chest for that half plank pedal. Or when your left knee comes into your chest, lift your right leg up, pedal and lift. Lower back down, inhale to extend. Exhale strong and long as you lift and pedal. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. The next time that you pedal, step all the way through between your hands. Spin your back heel down and come all the way up again, warrior two. So as you take this warrior two form, explore first, bend and straighten. And then come back, align your feet, legs, and pelvis, reach out. Bring your forearm down to your thigh, reach your top arm up and over your head, side angle. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Inhale, down. So you can expand your breath and reach. And as you exhale, anchor your energy, grounding down into your feet towards the floor as you lift your chest. So keep going, and you can feel those opposing forces. Again, notice if you're rushing your exhale. Hold that exhale just a little bit longer so you're fully empty. Downward, grounding. And come back to warrior two the next time through. Straighten your front leg, pull in your block, and reach up into triangle pose. Relax your back arm behind your back. So you want to do it in a relaxed position first, and then you'll actually be able to get it back there. Anchor your shoulder down and back. And then drop your head and move your chin. Sometimes it's helpful to close the eyes a little bit. And if that's not regulating, you can keep them open. But every once in a while, if we close the eyes, we just get a little bit of a different kind of information. Oh, I'm gripping my jaw, or I'm holding here. Slowly release your back hand, your head to neutral. Stretch all the way up and take a few circles through your arm. Reaching all the way up. And press through your legs, rise up, warrior two. Inhale your breath. And exhale, hands come down to the floor, move your block, step to plank. And go through a vinyasa or meet knees down, child's pose. So we'll all eventually meet in child's pose. And take a moment here with your head down, your arms forward or back. And again, focus on the exhale. So if child's pose is not comfortable for you, you can do the same thing upright. Just take 3 breaths, longer exhalation. And then slowly rise back up. And take your blanket, unfold it so that it's in the middle of your mat. Okay? So Lucy H. Miller is a researcher who's done a lot of work for children in the sensory processing world. And one of the things they've done for regulation, and they've tested this with kids, but of course it works with adults too, is the movement called starfish. And it's one of our primal vinyasa drills to regulate the nervous system. So we're going to start with a half starfish, and then we'll build from there. So come onto your back in constructive rest, so your feet can be off the blanket, and then your head and spine on the ground. So we'll start with the half starfish. So right leg stays bent and left leg goes out and right arm goes out. And now hug your left knee into your chest with your right arm. And extend your left leg out and your right arm out. Inhale. Exhale, arm to leg, hugging your knee towards your chest. Again, long exhale. Inhale, arm and leg out. Exhale, long, hugging and grounding in towards your center. Now we'll add a layer here. Left hand can come behind your head. And when you hug your knee into your chest, you can lift your head up off the floor and curl tighter in. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And curl. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forehead towards the knee. Keep going like that at your own pace and flow. So this is one of those ways where, however we're processing our senses, we can expand and contract, which awakens those neural pathways in a different kind of way. Stay present and focusing on your breath. And the next time that you stay out and down, take your right leg out and take your left arm out and make yourself into a big, giant starfish. Reach out through your arms, reach out through your legs, expand that energy all the way out. And then slide by bending your knees in, take your legs into your chest, lift your head up, and then curl in nice and tight. We'll switch sides. Both feet come down, constructive rest. Take your right leg out and your left arm out. And draw your right knee in towards your chest. Hug in. And again, right leg out, left arm out. So start with your head laying down. And again, you might notice that you don't want to lift all the way up. If you do and you want to add that curling layer, right hand comes behind your head. Inhale, long exhale, knee in towards chest. I'll lead you through 1 count, leg and arm out. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Again, focus on that pause at the bottom of your breath. Not forcing or pulling your neck, but curling, curling in. And the next time that you expand your right leg and left arm out, take your other limbs out into that full starfish. Reach out through your arms, reach out through your legs in all directions. And hug your knees and your arms in towards your chest, round your spine. And if you'd like to, this time rock along your spine. So you can take a few rocks. And then land all the way on your back again. Stretch your arms and your legs out, sliding out. Inhale. And exhale, arms and legs hug in. Potentially lift your head up, curling in. Slide your legs down, kick them out, sweep your arms out like you're doing a snow angel. And exhale, hug and curl in. So you can stay with that, or again, add a rock. So choosing at any point that you want to expand and contract. About 30 more seconds, choosing your own adventure. And then resting all the way onto your back. Press your feet down and lift up into a bridge position. So you can slide your hands underneath your pelvis or just lift your hips up. Bring some awareness and attention to the back side of your body. And then lift your heart. And you can see your belly here. So inhale down into your belly, into your ribs. And exhale to press through your legs and lift your heart and chest just a little bit more. Slowly lower your hips back down. Draw your knees towards your chest and then rock yourself all the way up. And cross your ankles to come on back. And just move your, crawl yourself back to move your blanket out of the way. And now grab one of your blocks and stand up. So we'll just do a little bit of block tossing here, so you can practice throwing your block and catching it in your hands. And again, this will just help attention to your mind to the very exact present moment. You can toss, maybe catch it in your palm, whatever kind of block tricks you'd like to do, 360, 180. Or even just throw and catch. Good, and then switch sides. Again, bringing yourself right into the moment. Can't even really think about any of our stresses or worry bullies when we do this. Precision, focused attention. Maybe catch and throw, just straight up and down. Again, don't take it too seriously. Have a little fun with it. Especially if you drop it, no big deal. One side is going to be always more challenging. Okay, and then go back to the right side. Bring your block into your palm. And bring your arm down, bring your chest forward. Take a little bit of a forward bend as your arm goes out. Stand back up, step wide, reach it over your head, and turning down more like a lunge. And then you can turn this into any pattern of movement. As you move your arm around and back, maybe a lunge towards the floor, reaching up, or even coming down to the floor, laying down, taking that half starfish movement, or all the way up. Again, you're a lot more embodied at this point. And I want to encourage you that there is no correct way to move here. The block builds the proprioception so that we have something to focus on. That little bit of weight helps us come right into the moment. And again, keep focusing on those grounding, supporting exhales. Notice if you're holding tension around the back of your skull and your jaw, or even around your belly or your pelvic floor. Come to center and switch sides. Again, reaching over your head, out and behind into that forward bend. Stepping out, stepping wide. Using the block as a kind of pendulum or weight to help you swing and balance. Good. Yeah. Long, healing, nervous system, restorative exhales. And then come back to center. Bring your block onto the top of your head. Balance your block on the top of your head. Take your feet just a little bit wider, almost shoulder width. And now that same practice that we did in the beginning with the block on our head. Reach your arms down like you're painting a bowl and sweep them over your head. As you inhale, your breath fills the bowl. As you exhale, it's like you're emptying this bowl of energy. Arms come down. And you can rise up towards the block. Inhale, painting that bowl so the breath can pour in. It creates a boundary, a container, so that your energy doesn't leak out. And then exhale, arms come down. It's like a waterfall, a cleansing exhale, releasing, clearing, cleansing down to the earth. Again, inhale, painting that bowl for the water, the light, the energy, the golden energy to pour in. In Chinese medicine, it's called Ming. And then exhale, releasing, cleansing, clearing, which is also called Qi. And keep going, inhale, arms reach out, and we expand and fill the light with Ming, which builds our Shen, our inner glow. And then arms come down by your sides, exhale, cleansing, clearing, so that we don't deplete what's called our Jing, our reserves of energy. Twice more, inhale, filling with that golden light, the Ming, building the Shen, your internal light, your spirit. Exhale, cleansing and clearing your Qi, your physical body. Arms go down, moving down, so that you don't deplete your Jing, your reserve. One more time on your own. And the next time that you come through to center, just gather your hands to your heart. Notice your heartbeat, your breath, your pace, your attention. And just check in with your body on a deeper level, asking yourself, how am I? What do I feel? And can you connect with the truth of that a little bit more? Maybe today you need a slower day. Maybe you need to take something off your plate, or you feel restored and you have more of that vital energy, more Qi today. from this practice. Just checking in. When we deplete our jing, which is our bank account of energy, we don't get it back. So we have to take care of our qi so that our spiritual light, our shen, can glow, that we can feel vital. Slowly release your hands, take your block off of your head, and we'll come down for a final restorative shape. So take your 2 blocks and stack them towards the back of your mat. Take your blanket, fold it up on top of that. And now take your hips to the side so your left thigh can face the block. Take a side sitting position, left foot on top of right thigh. Now rotate your chest towards the blocks. And you can slide them forward enough that you can bring either your forehead onto the blocks, or you can rotate all the way so that your head turns left. So it'll be a big fascial spinal rotation. Again, your head can turn all the way left, or if that's too much, your head can turn right. And as you rest and breathe here, you might notice that your head can turn center and then eventually left. Getting into that spiral line of your body. Breathe especially down into the lower left side, your left kidneys. They say it is actually in the kidneys where the jing, our reserve of energy, lives. So we want to keep the kidneys really healthy, and we can actually breathe down into the back body, down where the diaphragm attaches. So send your breath on your inhale into your lower left kidney. And then that long exhale, clearing, washing, supported. Let yourself soften. Take one more round of breath, maybe turning your head towards the left. And then slowly unwind, come back to center. Press yourself up to your straight arms. And then pull yourself through to hands and knees. And just take a few rounds of cat-cow. And draw your right leg forward, thigh against the blanket. Stack your right foot over your left into that side sitting position. So you do want to get your thigh, as much as you can, lined up with the bottom of your block. So you have that full rotation. And then come down with your chest and your head on the block. And I can feel for myself that this rotation is much more challenged. So you can adjust your blocks as you need, maybe even lift the blanket up a little bit more so there's some support for your head. And now breathe into the back of your body, down into your kidneys, filling your breath down into the lower areas, into your organs. And as you exhale, maybe even open your mouth. Cleansing, clearing exhale. So often in our lives, we are pulling, forcing our energy and drawing from those reserves, which is our bank account of vitality, the jing. And when we do that by not sleeping enough or running our energy high, overdoing, overthinking, then again, we feel that depletion. But if we take care of our mind and our spirit and we move our energy, our organs, our blood, our lymph, we move the qi, then we actually begin to glow. That's that where people say, wow, you look so radiant. That's the Shen. So we can either deplete or we can shine. And it's very simple by breathing and moving and caring for the mind. But one thing I want to remind you of is that this is a practice. It actually doesn't come naturally. We have to practice restorative care for ourselves on all these layers. Daily, deeper care of our reserves, of our physical body, and of our spirit. And then the nervous system can regulate and become more balanced. Slowly make your way to center. Press yourself up to your hands and knees. Take a few rounds of cat-cow. And then slide your back block so that it's up. And then you could rest back over your blocks if you'd like more of that kind of upright form. But if you want to lay flat, you can just lay flat. And take a few breaths, either supported backward, hips and pelvis on the ground, or constructive rest or legs up the wall. You've got lots of choices for restoring. So just 5 minutes of quiet, of rest. And again, now just focus on presence. Very simple. When you feel your mind slide away, drifting off, come back if you need to your breath. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. And then draw your hands together, rub your hands so that you have some warmth, some friction, bringing the blood flow to your palms. And then anywhere on your body that you'd like to send this warm, healing energy from your own hands, you can place your hands there and just inhale the warmth. So heart, pelvis, third eye, throat. And then slowly roll over onto your side, eventually up to kneeling or seated. And join your hands to your heart. And may each of you have a beautiful and connected and grounded and nourishing day. Many blessings.